Hello there, I'm Jo from So Creative in Petersfield, and today I'm showing you our lovely Brother A65 sewing machine. It's a really lovely, super easy to use. It really is easy to use sewing machine, and easy setting bobbin, super easy to wind the bobbin, and best of all, it's got the scissors function, which I know lots of you really like. So this machine fits in kind of here, so it's after the well, we've got all our manual machines, and then we get into some digital machines, and then we've got the A16, the A50, so they're very similar. So if you're used to those, they've got a turn dial, which makes life really easy for selecting your stitches, and then goes up to the innov-is A65. And I just want to show you why we love this machine. So we'll switch it on. Typical with Brother, we've got a lovely QR code, so that's always lovely to have that. You know, when you're at home and you think, oh, how do I do whatever, that's a great way of finding out how to thread your machine or wind your bobbin if you forget. We've got an easy wind bobbin, which I'll show you. We've got a horizontal spool holder. We've got a speed control, which makes life really nice and easy, especially if you're, quite not quite confident with the sewing and new to sewing, or if you just want to slow yourself down, if you're going around to some applique or setting in a sleeve. We've got our scissors button, our needle down button, stay stitch button, reverse button, and this is our start stop. So although I've got my foot pedal plugged in, we don't have to use it, and if we get time in this video, I'll show you a buttonhole, and I don't ever use that with a foot pedal anyway. We've got a super needle threader, which, even if you may just keep going back to, and we will hopefully show you really how to use that without damaging your machine. Lovely little storage compartment here where all of your feet tuck in nicely, and a sleeve arm. So you can buy also a quilting kit to go with this, so with an extension table, walking foot, 1/4 inch foot, free motion foot, so that's a nice addition. So without further ado, let's wind a bobbin. So as with all our machines, use good quality thread. I'm using a Gutermann Sew All here. We pop it onto the horizontal spool with the thread coming underneath, and then secure it with one of our thread holders. Now I think there's a smaller one than this. I've just not got them all out of the box, so that's the medium size. So you would choose one according to the size of your thread. It's going to come under here, and we are following the dotted line. So for this, we are coming under here and around into the thread tension. So this is the bobbin winding tension, and that's just going to give it a little bit of tension to wind the bobbin. And now we're coming over here. I've got a little bit of extra thread, so about 20 centimeters. I'm taking that behind, and that's nice and flat, and I'm using this extra in my hand to wind the bobbin clockwise with the thread that's in my hand. Underneath there are two little cutters, so I'm going to hook it under there and then just pull the thread, and it's cut it. So now all I need to do is to push my bobbin over to the stopper, and for this I'm also going to take my foot pedal out. So I'm going to take my foot pedal out, and I'm going to press start stop. So you'll see now the bobbin is winding nicely up and down, and this bit is really nice and tight, and that's because it's in this tension. You want a nice tightly wound bobbin. I'm going to turn the speed up a little bit so it goes a bit faster, and actually that's probably enough for this experiment, but otherwise you'd keep winding until it stopped winding when it hits this bobbin stopper. So let me just put my foot pedal back in. There we go. So push it back, pull it up, and then I can use that little cutter again to cut my thread. So we've got a drop-in bobbin, and to open the case there's a little push and slide, and that opens up this cover. So as we look in, we need to pop our bobbin in as a P for perfect. You see that's a letter P as opposed to a Q for not quite right. So we drop it in as a P for perfect, like so. I'm going to stop it moving too much, hold the thread, and I'm going to get under that little guide. And by doing so, I can feel that it's gone into the bobbin tension, which I can't see it. I can feel it's a bit tighter and it's not coming off. And then I'm going to get into this groove and then pull it over to the right. There's another little cutter there. Get rid of that little thread. That's the bobbin done. So we don't need to bring the bobbin thread up. Now we're going to thread it. So we take it out of there because that's only used for bobbin winding, and I'm going to follow the solid lines now. So we come down, number 3, up and around, and it must go through this take up lever, and by doing so I can see that it's caught in there. You may not be able to see it on there, but literally that's a crucial part of threading. Coming down to 5, I need to go into 6 as such, and now I'm going to do the needle threader. Now before we thread the needle, we need to ensure that our needle is in the correct place. Now I know it has because I've just switched the machine on, but let's just say you've used your hand wheel and your needle's in all sorts of funny positions. You see, by using the hand wheel it's not going to be in the right place, and if I use this needle threader right now we would damage the needle threader, and that's a shame because that's not under warranty. So you do have to look after your needle threader. So to ensure it's in the right place, I'm going to go to needle down here and then press it again, needle up. I know it's now in the right place, so now I can carry on and thread, ready for our needle threader. So need to lift the foot to release the tension, up through number 7, through there, number 8, cut, press a foot down, and then this is number 9 all the way. There's our thread, there's our needle threaded. That's it. The machine is now ready to stitch. So with my presser foot on, I'm just going to check it. So this machine comes with 60 stitches, and they are all accessed by this lovely little wheel. So you can see just by me turning the wheel, it's going to all the different stitches. If I find myself in a pickle, I'll switch the machine off, switch it back on, and it's ready to sew again. Here we are. Brother always starts their first stitch on with needle over to the left, you see here. And that's because if I was going to position this on the edge of that foot, that would give me a 1 centimetre seam. So that's quite nice and clever. Personally, I like to sew with my needle in the middle. So I'm going to go to number 3. So I'm going to take this, go the right way, number 3. So here we are, I've got number 3, needle in the middle. It's showing me a stitch length of 2.5, and currently my needle is now in the middle. Now I know that because we've got a 7mm foot. That's 7 mils from right to left. So if we were doing a zigzag, we'd have 7 mils. If I go back to number 1, you'll see at the moment that's 3.5, but if I go back to number 1, you'll see that the needle is right over there, and this is down to 0, 0, which means it's in its furthest point over there. Now I could do this manually here. So just by taking this up, you can see that the needle is moving in 0.5 millimetre increments. So that's back now to in the middle, 3.5. I could go all the other way if I prefer. So that's quite a nice way of being able to move your needle to wherever you want it to be. So I'm going to do a little stay stitch here. So I'm going to hold that, and it's doing a little secure stitch. And now I'm going to put my foot on the foot pedal and just do some test stitching. Now I could do a little reverse stitch here. You hold it in and then come forward, and now what I want to do is just use my wonderful feature scissors, push the button once, and you always do that when the presser foot is down and the needle is in, lift, and there we are. So that's a really nice, we know that it's threaded correctly, so everything is stitching beautifully. So let's just have a little bit of fun. How do we use some of these lovely stitches? So let's just do a zigzag to start off with. So I'm going to go to number 8. We'll see that the zigzag is set as a default with 1.5 length or 1.4 and a 3.5 width. So let's just see what that looks like. So I'm also going to tell it to stop with needle down. So there we are, there's our default zigzag. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let's take it wider. Let's take it up to as wide as it will go, and take the stitch length up to 2 and see what happens here. So now you'll see, if I just do a cut, we've got a much wider, longer zigzag. So it doesn't matter, you can change the defaults of some of the stitches, not all. Let me find you something like, for instance, this, number 53, okay? So it's like a little leaf. So if I go to 53, see that it's a very short stitch length, 0.4, and it's using the maximum width. So these are going to do the little leaves. Now what I don't want to do is wait until I get to the end of the leaf. If I press this stay stitch button, it's going to keep sewing until it gets to the end of the leaf. There we are. Do a little stay stitch, and now I can cut. How brilliant is that? So it's lovely, lovely little features. If you'd like to see the buttonhole, honestly, it's the same process as our other videos for the Brother F420 and the Brother 15 that we've done. So exactly the same there. But lovely little machine. I'm sure you would enjoy using it, and that's it. So a quick little look at the Brother A65 with its lovely features, especially the scissors button. Thank you for watching.